Welcome back, rulevacantland.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is a house. Says, buy vacant land, but this land has a house on it. So I'm calling this the as-is house, asking $12.99, basically $12,999. So let's take a look at this thing. Let's jump into the website, rulevacantland.com, and I'll show you what I have to show on this property. So this is, it's missing the owner part of the website up here, but we'll get that fixed. It's Luke Smith. Here are a bunch of properties on the website. Feel free to call me. I think my information is in the description of the video down below too. So the price here is $12,999. Got the APN number. It's in Mississippi County. It's 0.16 acres. The name of the town is Blytheville. I might be pronouncing it wrong. I made a video about this in the past. I totally messed it up. There's no volume, so I just deleted that thing. I'm starting over. So here we go. So here's a map of the property, and we've got street view. So let's jump into street view on the front side of this property. There's an alley in the back, and it looks like the neighbor, someone over here, built some garages. I don't know if they rent out the garages or what, but there's some garages in the back, and then there's street view in the front. And let's look at, so this is the other side of the street. Looks like people are taking care of their houses in the area and their cars. Looks like it's brand new, polished, clean kind of car. So here we go. This is the house, and it looks like it's the siding's in order, the windows are in order. It looks like somebody boarded up the front door, put some boards on the bottom windows, but the windows look like they're still there. It's not like the kids went and had fun breaking out the glass like I used to do as a kid. That's what I would have been working on. Go knock out that glass. It's fun to throw rocks, right? For a vacant house, but they're not. So it's just a better area, and it looks like your neighbor's got some pride of ownership over here. I mean, she's got her watering can in her hand, and she's looking at the Google car driving by, but she's got her plants going in the front yard. She's taking care of it, and I bet you she's there like all the time watching everything that goes on. That's probably why the windows aren't broken out. And so if you look over here, I was just looking at this like a minute or two ago, and in the past I came up with the price $12,999 for this, but looking at it, I was going to say this driveway looks really nice. You just drive your motorhome in there, your RV, camper, whatever, and use the driveway to hook into the utilities and go for it, start working on the house, fix it up, make it happen from there. But looking at this house from the side, I'll see if I can blow it up on the screen. I mean, it doesn't look like it's straight. It looks like the roof's kind of smiling at us. I'm not sure if it's two different parts of a house and one of them settled. Maybe the footing settled on one side of the house and not the other side or something. But the roof got wobbly. So you probably want to get underneath that house with like a jack and jack up the parts that are down and re-block it. Maybe get some cement blocks under there instead of some wood ones that maybe rotted out. See what's going on and straighten that thing out. So you're probably gonna have to work on the roof, probably gonna have to work on the floors and make it happen. So I was asking $12,999. Now I'm saying I'm gonna keep asking $12,999, but feel free to make an offer on this one. I mean, take a look at the roof that's smiling. I thought it was a straight roof, and because that'll take some work to fix. So feel free to make me an offer on this property, and I'll let you figure out what kind of price you think makes sense. Yeah, so we got some nice trees, nice green neighborhood, good looking house. Less the smiling foundation or smiling roof line, that probably means the foundation rotted out in half the house. You gotta re-block it, straighten it out, use a level, bang on it, jack it up. You can get jacks at like Harbor Freight. It wouldn't cost that much to jack it up. Looks like this neighbor over here is throwing out some junk. So I think there's probably junk collectors in the neighborhood. Trash cans over here, utilities, the trash cans, people keeping the grass clipped, and yeah, just a nice little street. This looks like a sewer connection right here in the front, or manhole to get into it, and there's water. Yeah, it's got the utilities, right, and the shell of a place to get started on. And so I talked to the county clerk in this county, and she said that there's code enforcement in this town. So this town, Blytheville, has code enforcement, which means you're basically talking to the sheriff and the police department about what you can and can't do in the town for building code, building violations, building stuff. So if you're building something that's definitely not to code, the sheriff would be the enforcer, not so much the zoning people like other places. So the zoning falls into the sheriff's lap. So I don't know how well they're on top of that or not, But if you're going to go work on a house like this, you might want to ask them what the procedure is. See if there's any inspections or permits. I don't think there are. You just don't get on the right side, the wrong side of the sheriff, and you should be fine. Who knows? Maybe the neighbor's like sisters with a sheriff or something. So I bet you she knows everybody in town. If you get to know that lady, probably buy her some flowers, and she'll be your best friend forever. Yeah, so go figure it out. That's what this property's about. That's what the properties on rural vacant land are about. They're do it yourself, DIY. You buy them for cheap, you go figure them out. That's just the way it is. So let's jump off this screen. Let's zoom out. I'll show you Blytheville. So this little town here has got grocery stores, gas stations, supplies, all kinds of, the basics to run life, right? It's surrounded by a bunch of farmland. So here's town, and here's a courthouse. There's a gas station down here. There's a Greyhound station here to get in and out of town. We're near the Mississippi River. We're just north of Memphis, Tennessee, in the Arkansas side of Memphis. And if I jump out of there, I have a buy it now button set up on the website for the $12,999, but feel free to make an offer. I'll probably take something less after seeing that roof line. And we're in the state of Arkansas, Mississippi, elevation 260 feet. We got GPS coordinates over here. If you want to go take a look at the property, click on those GPS coordinates in your phone. It'll give you driving directions over to the property. Here's a legal description of the property. We've got don't have the taxes in there yet. We've got one disclaimer. So this disclaimer here is saying that the paperwork's not totally settled on the property. Like I paid for it, I've got contracts and everything, but there's one little shot that the previous owner of the property could come back after years and years and years and years of not paying the taxes. They could catch up, pay all the taxes, and get the property back. And I would get my money refunded, and I would refund you on your money. So if you buy this thing before that happens, and this disclaimer is still here, just I'll remove that disclaimer after that the paperwork comes in on it, and I can just deed it to you the same day, and you can start using it the same day. But in the meantime, we're kind of in limbo in between, so you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Might be as much as maybe 2 months before I can get it totally into your name and you can start working on the property. So please wait for the deed before you start working on the property, spending money and digging into it and changing things around. So there's a KFC down the street, it's like 3 minutes away. There's a US Post Office like 4 minutes away. There's a high school, 4-minute drive. There's Exxon Mobil. This is the one with the Greyhound station, so you bus in and out of there. It's 3 minutes away from the property too. I pulled up directions to Memphis International Airport. Memphis is the closest bigger town in the area. If I move this over here, I'll get out of my hair. So there's towns here, and from town to the property, it's 77 or 78 miles, a little over an hour's drive. Now, if you're flying into Memphis to go look at this property or the other ones I have in town and taking a tour of a bunch of them, like a couple people are talking about doing, then one of the other ways you can get from the airport to the property, because a lot of people keep asking me about that, is this is what I would do, because I like doing stuff on my own, like cutting out the middlemen. So I would use this one. There's this website, this app called Turo, Turo, and so you can pull that up on your phone and you can find cars, and these people will come meet you at the airport and give you their car, and you borrow their car for the day or the week or however long you want to use it, and then you go back to the airport and you drop the car off at the airport. I think you probably got to book it with them to meet you at the airport, or maybe you pick them up on the way to the airport so they drive it off, or whatever the logistics you figure out. But you can use their car instead of going through the car rental companies. You can use someone else's car, and I think it's just it's a neat way to do it. I think it's probably cheaper. You probably cut out a lot of their fees, and the car rental companies probably advertise a lower rate, but these guys are more of a real rate, like after all the fees are stacked in there. And this is, they've got insurance cooked in already and just ready to go. So right now, doesn't have very many of them, but if you add, so I think this is like today, if I try to do it today, but if I try to book it like next week or something, you get more selections. So right now there's a $75 a day for this car, 79, 120, they're asking too much, $90, $59. I was just looking at it recently, and there were some in here for like 40 something dollars. If you try to book it like a week ahead of time or something, they seem to get down into the 40s. So here's a Nissan Altima for $59 a day. And that's delivered to the airport and like just straight from the airport, right? So that's an easier way to go from the airport over to look at these properties and back. Even though the prices don't seem that great, you just this is right now. Check the future ones, you get better prices. So back to the website, and yeah, we got the checkout button, or let me know, get in touch with me, let me know, and how much you're willing to bid on this one, and you can take it from there. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, RuralVacantLand.com, bringing you some more land. And just again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.